Hi there everybody, your favorite cheesy joke loving artist here, Austin, for something new today. Now I know we're saying that a lot on this channel. We try something new all the time. I don't know why I keep on saying it. Y'all should be expecting this by now. If y'all aren't expecting this, then you're new. And if you're new, welcome. Please subscribe and hit that little notification button down there too while you're at it. Okay? Alright, on to it. Lend me your ear on this one because today we are drawing one of Van Gogh's most famous paintings ever. It is Starry Night. It was designed in 1889 during the Post-Impressionism period, and it was a landscape painting, obviously. There's few little parts in it that go unnoticed when you first look at it, and I'm hopefully going to be able to go over that in this video, point out a few things that you guys may have missed when you first look at this painting. If you give it a mere glance, you're going to miss a lot. During Van Gogh's last decade of his life, he created 2,000 plus pieces of artwork. Do you know how incredible that is? Let's do the math. A decade, we got 10 years, 2,000 pieces of artwork. That's 200 pieces of artwork a year. Now, he actually did more than 2,000, but we're not going to go into the exact number. Now that I've got you all hyped up for this piece, let's see if we can even come close to the incredible painting that was created by Van Gogh using nothing but a few ink pens. The moment you all have been waiting for is finally here. We are actually going to be doing a piece of artwork that is going to require me to do over 1,000 lines. With every line on this piece, I'm going to try to follow Van Gogh's brush strokes the best of my ability, and I'm going to be writing these lines very close together, so it's going to be much more detailed than the original piece. But at the same time, I want to keep that impressionism feel to it while still distinguishing that it's a landscape. So therefore, we're not going to go into serious detail, but we are going to mock every brushstroke that I can visibly see on the painting with very tight together lines that do not touch at all. So with this piece, we're going to try different techniques with every part of it. There's little houses, there's little bushes, and there's stars in the sky. There's winds blowing in the sky, and I gotta find a way to distinguish the night sky from the land below. This is all gonna be very challenging, and I hope you all enjoy what I have in store for you here today. When first starting off with this, I decided to go ahead and just start off with the basic pencil outline, as I always do. But what differentiates this piece from other pieces is that I've never had to go with such a basic outline before. Honestly, all I could do was an outline of the general shape of the giant tree and then go along from there. From that point, it was all kind of complicated to figure out how I was going to put in the detail of the houses, the bushes, and still make this piece look relatively the same as the original Starry Night. Van Gogh is a good example of what it takes to become a great artist. Even though he did suffer from psychotic episodes and delusions, and his mental stability also often made him neglect his physical health, and he didn't really eat properly or drink properly, he had friends, family that supported him, helped him through it the best they could, and he's the perfect example of what it takes to become a truly great artist. He put in years of effort, years of practice to figure out his style. He put in the time, the effort that it takes to become an amazing artist. People often come to me and say, I can't even draw a stick man. I can't even draw a straight line. Have you practiced? Do you care enough to practice? If you don't care about art, you can't truly learn art. It's like I'm not going to expect a plumber to go learn how to be a civil engineer unless he wants to pursue that. And I'm not going to expect the mayor of my town to run for presidency unless that's the level that he wants to take it to. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you want to be great, you gotta have seriously unrealistic expectations of yourself. You gotta set yourself on a mantle and say, this is what I want. I'm gonna work as hard as I can until I get it. Me personally, whenever I'm not creating art, when I'm not making these videos, I feel guilty. 'Cause I'm like, man, I could be working right now. I could be getting this done. I could be pumping out them videos. I could be pumping out that artwork. Because that's my mentality. That's the mentality I've taught myself. But art is often taking over everything else for me too. I have many things in my life, but I always try to make art one of the main priorities of my life. And that can sound irrational, but at the same time, I feel like art's the only thing that keeps me calm, keeps me from getting stressed and whatnot. It's what helps me get through the day. We all need that something that helps us, that makes it easier for us, and art is that for me, as I'm sure it was for Vincent van Gogh, and that's why I respect him so much, is because I feel like I can relate. I'm not saying that I'm as good of an artist as him, by no means. I've got a long way to go, but I can relate to what art did for him. If it wasn't for art, his life may have ended well before he actually died. With this piece, getting back to the artwork now, with this piece, I wanted to do something to severely distinguish the stars from everything else. I wanted the stars to have their own flow. I wanted them to represent light. But for me to do that, I couldn't use spikes. Otherwise, that would blend in with all the lines that were going to be around it. So I decided to kind of make a splatter feel. I wanted it to look like the paint was kind of oozing around, kind of making it look like driplets were on there and whatnot, to make it look as if somebody actually drew the outline of the paint itself. Because I did want to distinguish those lines and the brush strokes that he had in his original painting, and I feel like the way I went with the stars was the best way to do that. And I wanted great consistency with the stars. No matter how big or small they were, I wanted them to look relatively the same. I hope you all have enjoyed this, because this has been Starry Night recreated in ink. I've always been a firm believer in learning from those who have come before you whenever it comes to art. So to be able to sit down and take on Starry Night and recreate it in my own style has made me feel amazing, because I've admired this painting for many years, ever since I was in the 5th grade, and I got my first glimpse of it. I hope this video helps some people out there that like to create art. Maybe you're not feeling too confident in your next piece. Maybe you need a little boost. I hope this video will bring it to you. Remember, Van Gogh was an unknown artist that decided to take up the mantle and go head on and create artwork that people were trying to tell him was awful, was terrible, but he kept on pushing at it. He kept on trying until he found his style and became one of the greatest artists in history. So what I'm trying to say is, keep at it, do what you love, and until next time, this has been As Seen by Austin. Thank you all for checking out this video. I have some other videos here I believe you all would enjoy. Be sure to comment, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't yet for a chance at some free merchandise or some free art. Sounds good, right? All right, you know what to do. See you later.